VLOOKUP exact match. We have two types. We have the exact match and we have the approximate match. So we're looking at the exact match. But before we start, let's look at what VLOOKUP stands for. So the V stands for vertical. So we can say vertical lookup. It searches for a value in the first column of a range, or we can say it searches for a value in the leftmost column and return a value in the same row from a column you specify. From a column you specify. So, looking at the table displaying, we have the ID, we have first name, then we have last name and salary. So, we are going to use this table as a case study. The example we're going to look at in this table is ID versus salary. We're going to be using our ID to get our salary. Like I said, VLOOKUP looks for a column in the leftmost column of the table. In the leftmost column of the table. So it means we can't look from right to left, we can only look from left to right. So let's take example using ID and salary. So in this ID, I'm going to impute 53. So let's take this as example. So we have to return the salary of ID 53. So looking at it, the salary of ID 53 is $58,000. $58,339. So we have to return the salary of the ID 53. So let's start. Don't forget, each function starts with an equal sign. Start with an equal sign. Then we look up. So and look at it here. It says looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then return a value in the same row from a column specified. By default, the table must be sorted in an ascending order. So click on the lookup value. Then this is the formula. This is the syntax. We have the lookup value. We have the table array. We have column index number. Then we have the range lookup. The lookup value, the value you want to search for, that is the lookup value. So here our lookup value is 53 because we are searching for 53 salary. So 53 is our lookup value. Next, we have the table array. The table array means the range of the cells that contain the data. The range of the cell that contains the data. So the range of this cell that contains the ID and the salary is starting from the ID to salary. So you select the whole table. Next, we have the column index number. It means the column number in the range from which to return the value. The column number in the range from which to return the value. So is what column number is salary? So looking at the range selected, the position of salary in this range selected is 4. So that is the column number is 4. Next, we have range lookup, which is optional. We have the true for approximate match, then we have the false for exact match. Like I said, it's optional. So I'm going to make use of the exact match. So the exact match, VLOOKUP, we only find an exact match. I'm going to show you the approximate match in the next class. So let's click on the exact match. Then need to enter button. You can see that it returns the salary of the ID 53. You can also change it. Maybe you want to check for another ID. Check for ID 30. So change this. There is no 40. 40 is not applicable from the range. Let's have 14. So you can see it changes. There's something else I want to show you. We can include a drop down to the ID. We can include a drop down. We can restrict what goes inside the ID. If you don't want the what is inside the ID to be what is not inside the ID to be imputed, we want to restrict the values on the ID. We use the list validation. So to apply the list validation, you move to the data tab, click on the data tab, then click on data validation under the data tools. We have data validation. So pick from a list of rows, pick from a list of rows to limit the types of data that can be entered in a cell. So I'll click on it. Then I have settings, input message, error, alert. We have validation criteria. So under the validation criteria, I'm going to click on list validation. Then we have source. So I click on the source. Then align the range. Align the range. Then think back. Um, okay. So here you can have drop down of all the IDs. It means now that if you impute any ID that is not in the range of this ID, the validation won't allow you to enter in that cell. So let's look at 100. That's it. This value does not match the data validation restriction defined for this cell. So it does not match it. So it can't impute anything that is not inside that range. That is one of the reasons of validation. Next, multiple criteria. So we'll be looking at using it to get the ID, using ID to get first name, then last name, then salary. So we're making use of the ID to get the first name, then last name, and salary. Let me take this out. So let's start. Take another example. Let's say 79. So we'll be using the 79 as case study. So let's return the name of the first name of 79, which is ID 79, which is Richard. Let's get the first name. VLOOKUP. Then the lookup value, which is the ID. Table array, like I told us, that the table array, the range of the cell that contain the data. So we are looking at ID and first name. But since we want to make use of first name, last name, and salary, I will advise that you select the whole table. Select the whole table. Then the column index number. What is the position of the first name? The position of the first name is 2, comma. Then exact match. Then hit your enter button. So you can see it returns what? It returns uh, Richard. It returns Richard. Returns Richard. So you can autofill. Before you autofill, make sure you lock the range. Lock the table array using F4 or function F4. Lookup value Fn then L4. So some system F4 is applicable, some other system F4 then Fn then F4 together. So let's autofill. So what we need to change is the column index. So here will be 3. So here Here will be 4. So this is just a simple way to run our VLOOKUP. I hope it's um, well explanatory. If you have any question, you can ask now. Any question?
No, no.
So this is for VLOOKUP exact match. This is VLOOKUP exact match.